time and be a bigger and better team.
And it has to be really helpful for them. Dust 2, you know, traditionally a map where you tend to do pretty well even if you're the less experienced team. It's a map that anyone can pretty much play. But at the same time, they are up against a team that essentially features 3 different snipers. Michael Fox, Dennis, all able to pick it up. Double up setup on this map is going to be huge, I reckon. Yeah, and I actually like how you put up Michael Lely because I was paying attention to him really on purpose yesterday when they were up against Luminosity and Overpass, and he seemed to lack confidence. Fallen was kind of outpicking him quite a few times, not to mention just scouting over towards Monster, hitting him two shots, killing him off while he was up against the op. But here we go, Anders. Yeah, we're going to lead into it. Pistol round starting off, and just 2 armors on the CT side, and just 2 on, actually 3 on the terrorist side here. So just a little bit of a difference. Again, there was a while when armor was the most preferable. Now, Sniper in the middle is going to try and get something done, but in the meantime, look at this. They're actually sneaking up into the middle. And Justilo leading the charge here on the Australians. They might be able to catch Mikey Lely here. This is perfect. He's got no chance, and Justilo's going to take him down. Oh. Ricky's in a fantastic spot as well to spot them coming down through lower B. You heard, I was thinking Henry G on the desk talking about how they need to get aggressive, get those early frags, so they can get that man advantage, and they've done just that. And the pistol round, most importantly, too, because you're looking to pick up the next 2 off the back of that. Ricky trying to snipe away, which we might see him do later on, especially if we win this pistol round, be great. And there's Imagine taking down Rain. What a great start here for the Australian underdogs. It's now 5v3, and I mean, the clock, it's still got plenty of time here for Kinguin, but they're running out of people to play with. Dennis making his way up with the Glock, and they're waiting for him. They've got the perfect setup. 3 people here at the A-bomb side, and more coming in. Imagine with a headshot taking down Dennis, and it's up to Scream and Fox left, and they've got no chance here. Scream very low on health, and as he tries to back up, he's going to get shot in the back as well. Ricky's there. Could have probably been a kill. Flashbangs left and right, and it's now just a single person. Scream jumps down. Justilo picks up the last kills and makes it a triple. What a great round from Immunity. Yeah, and credit to Immunity. Just push up early on, get the early kill most importantly, but there, even when they had the man advantage, they still played really safe. You saw Imagine on Catwalk, he picked up a kill. He ended up falling back as well towards CT just to stay alive. They had a 5-on-3. There's no point to, you know, overcommit, go down and kind of equalize things for Kinguin to give him a chance to get back in that round. But now we're seeing them buy up the Tech 9s. They got the Scout as well. They bought up some armor. Immunity going for, you know, quite a few SMGs and even a couple of FAMASas here to get a little bit aggressive and catch them up. With the 3-man stack towards long, they really want to lock down this area early on, and I like to see this. I am a little bit curious, you know, 2 Deagles and a Scout. Pretty heavy investment, especially Dennis with the Deagle armor as well. This is one of those signs that makes me think Kinguin really do feel like they're going to be able to take this match no matter what, because otherwise, even without the bomb plant, they might be tempted to just say, well, should we really invest this much into a round like that? If they're on the CT side, sure, because they know eventually the terrorists are going to show up, but this time you kind of have to gamble a little when you're on the terrorist side, and it's going to be tricky. This could be a 3-2 split as well without a smoke being, or a smoke to actually help them get across. Sniper sitting towards CT spawn. Ricky going to be staying alive inside as Dennis picking up 2 quick shots. This man is insane. Oh, wow. Ricky finally shutting down Fox here, but he's in a lot of trouble. He gets the second one. Can he get the third? Very important that he does, but Dennis comes in for the triple Deagle headshot, and it's going to be Imagine and Justilo left here. 2v3. Bomb is about to go down. Kinguin making this investment work very well. And already tagged up a bit is Justilo there. They've got 1 flashbang left. It goes through a Molotov as well. There's Imagine picking up a kill. Justilo going down, and there it is. Mike Kilele with the last headshot from the Tech 9. And that's going to be Kinguin stealing it right back. So I was wondering about an investment, but it worked out quite well, Jason. I think you pointed out perfectly. The confidence is definitely not lacking in this team to go with the Deagle armor buy and to have Dennis pick up 3 amazing frags like that. You can't count on that every round, but when he can step up like that, that's got to be feeling good for the Kinguin side. So things are all tied up. Again, investing back into this round. Immunity, though, going for the rebuy as they have a lot of CZs, even a Nova in there on Ricky, who just tagged up by Michael Lely on the cross. Yeah, that's obviously unfortunate. Scream just playing that long position, but not really committing too much to it. And I like seeing that. He can pretty guess they won't have too many grenades, so it's fairly safe for him to stay there anyway. Ricky, though, it'd be great if they could show up right in front of him here, but it looks like they're going down through lower dark instead. So slow round here from Kinguin. Yeah, I like to see this. Just the fact of you don't want to give anything away. I guess they're going to know relatively soon that they have bought up into this round, but they have a 5-man transition towards Catwalk, where Sniper with be the man waiting on site with Imagine and Justilo over towards long A. And this should work out pretty well for them. They can just hit that initial shot, and Sniper's going to come down to this man if he can do anything from ramp. Oh, he walks right into Rain's AK, and that's going to be the end of it. Imagine here at CSET 75, pretty great range for it, but he doesn't get the kill. Trying to reload it, it takes such a long time. Might have even had a second chance almost, but Rain will get the double kill instead. And the rest of Immunity, well, they might as well back off here, I reckon, because they're going to have just armor and pistols anyway for the upcoming round.
Yeah, just saving it into the next. So Kinguin playing that one smart. Not getting too aggressive early on. You know, relinquishing long control since we did have a 3-man stack out of immunity yet again to lock that down. Ustilo, he's going to get rushed out though. I think he's going to lose his 5-7, but he just take that Dennis at least.
So a little bit of damage put in, which is going to be important later on potentially. But at the same time, Kinguin are going to be feeling so good, and they have a chance to get around similar to this one coming up here. I don't think Immunity will have the money to buy, and they certainly shouldn't, especially if they're going to be trying to see if they can win that AWP battle at some point.
Yeah, and before we get into the AWP kind of battle, we had you know, Dennis who went down, he had an AK on him, Fox picks it up, drops his Galil, so really not losing too much in that round at all. But the AWP, it's going to come down to that, because you have an AWPer like Michaela to go up against when you're Ricky. That's already difficult enough, but then you have Scream who, I mean, everyone's seen the clips and how well he is, or how good he is at hitting these headshots. It's going to be very difficult to lock down that area. But we've seen a lot of teams, you know, relinquish control, maybe putting one man towards B, the other one towards B, maybe towards the door a little bit, and then another man off towards CT spawn to really lock down that middle control if they try to transition into a mid to B push. But again, I mean, you're still keeping this 3-man stack towards long. They've already been chipped down to 7 HP on Sniper. And it looks like Ricky just really wants this box spot to work with that Nova.
I want this Nova to work as well. It's nothing better than shooting someone with a Nova. It's even better than the Max 7. It feels just right, you know. And this is the perfect range for it. They're going to walk in and it might be a headshot. Sniper's going to go down, though. And sadly, for Ricky, they're going to move back out again. He's trying to hunt them down this time. He's actually angry at this point. Just wants to get a little bit of action for this gun that he invested a fair bit into. And Ustilo going to go down on shore. That's Ricky with the shotgun taking down Scream. Going to be a second one. James drops in. Well, Ricky, I'm not sure they even really necessarily need to hunt him, because for him to save the shotgun is not really a big thing. But he gets a little bit of money back from using it at least, and that's good.
And interesting enough, we had Immunity again go for the 3-man stack towards long, but after they got that initial control and they realized, well, no one's there, they fell back towards Catwalk. 2 of them did, and one man was over towards middle in CT spawn. He got picked off by Dennis, then Dennis comes around for a second kill, so maybe a little bit of a lack of communication, but then again, it wasn't a buy-up. It's not like Immunity are fully committing to this round, so you can't really read into that too much. But Kinguin, they're going to go 3-1, and they're off to that strong start they were looking for.
Yeah, and you've got to feel a little bit bad for Immunity at this point, right? Because they played that pistol round so perfectly. I mean,
they did.
Talking about that aggressive push-up middle that you were pointing out, and then the initial frags, I think they got 2 for none at the beginning, so really great start on the pistol.
It was a good side to see that, the aggression, they realizing what they need to do in the round. But most importantly, when we get to the gun round, I hope they continue to play that kind of style where they pick up the kill and then they don't get too aggressive. They, you know, regroup and don't try to, you know, go for these one-on-one trades where they could potentially lose out on it and allow Kinguin to get that start. But here we go. The ops are coming in for both teams. They come down in this round to see exactly how these teams are going to play with them. And for Immunity's sake, hopefully Ricky can get some solid middle control.
He did actually do enough damage to Fox to get him killed by the bomb blast in the end of that last round. So at least, you know, he got one kill, got another guy killed, even though he didn't get the money bonus for killing him. So not at all bad. We'll see if this is going to work out here. Setting up to for a bit of an entrance into that B bomb site. And James going to jump. Bobby gets caught mid-air. Headshot by Dennis. Oh no, that's disastrous. And Ricky going to push in. He misses the shot. And there's going to be grenades to follow up. He can't stay there. Has to move out. And yeah, there they are. If he had stayed around, you can tell 60 health. Double grenade like that. He would have been gone immediately. So pretty good play on Ricky to realize that that was coming next. Now he's in the middle and he's going to take down Michael just as Ustilo was about to take that frag away from him. So 4-4, but retaking the B bomb site is still going to be tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, they're not going to do it. They didn't want to give away this the double up setup that they're now holding onto with Ustilo picking up one. But just the fact that Kinguin can walk into the B site, not scripting anything with smokes, with flashbangs, pick up a kill on a James as he was trying to get on top of that double stack box, shows how confident they are. Not to mention leaving Michael Lilly back towards T-spawn and another man next to him just to kind of push or watch the long kind of push. This is Kinguin really taking some strong control, but Immunity with the double up setup, I wonder if they can do much with this. Ricky, he has opportunity to go towards the back of B if he wants. They have an opportunity to run an op towards long A. But then again, Kinguin have yet to go long A. They have yet to go for that early control or try to contest it. And Immunity have been sending 3 men there almost every single time, so they really want to lock down this area.
Yeah, I mean, so far it seems to be just mostly Scream showing up, or Fox just taking a quick peek in there on long, seeing what's happened, and then that's all it is. They just need to get a count on how many people are there. That alone will say so much about what the setup is like.
And we're seeing a 4-man, well, an initial 4-man stack over towards the long A site yet again. Imagine rotating back. They have the double ops over towards A though. Stilo going to be watching from ramp, and Ricky over towards long A. But in the meantime, Kinguin not really getting punished. I would like to see like a boost catwalk out of Immunity to get some control of middle from this because they've been giving it up every single time. But imagine a good position.
Oh, he's going to spray down 2. Picks up an AK for a 3rd one. He's going to get it through the door, but Rain was right next to him for what seemed like an eternity. And finally, he picks up the kill. And that is going to be a 2v4 here. Rain and Maikelele in a pretty bad spot here. All they need to do right now, Immunity, is to play this one safe. Group up, make sure at the very worst that can happen is that you trade a kill. Those kind of setups they should be able to do from here on out. So unless they make some big mistakes, this is not a winnable round for Kinguin. We'll see. 45 seconds. Flashbang goes up. Ustilo going to take a quick peek. Doesn't have to fight. Again, all they need to do is trade kills. There's no reason for him to take that fight, and that's a smart play. Ricky going to pick up that kill, and now Rain is left alone, and now they can kind of group around him. There's Sniper with the shot from Rain. Jason, am I the only one disturbed by the fact that they've got a guy on this team called Sniper, but it's Ricky doing the sniping instead?
I said that to him. I was like, isn't it weird that your name's that, but you don't do it? He said he used to, and he says that he still can, but Ricky is...
What does they say about great minds?
Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah, it's really funny to see that. But then again, Sniper's like the only one on the team with actual major experience back with Vox not too long ago. Attack coming onto Steelers, he does cross, but that was really well done by Immunity again. Imagine picked up 3 big kills in the middle. You can't count on that every time, but we're starting to see a little bit more catwalk control. Looking towards lower with the AWP is exactly what I was hoping for them to go for, and they can catch Dennis off guard if he just peeks around that corner.
Yeah, this is what you were pointing out, and it's definitely going to give them a lot more control. The only thing is, if you're here, generally you can only stay here for around like 15 seconds, and then it gets a bit too scary because they could get double grenaded, so you have to eventually fall back, especially as the terrorist team is pushing down long. A lot of fire damage being put out. Sniper going to pick up the kill. He needs backup, but it's miles away because of the double boost, and that's going to be Scream taking down Sniper. So a favorable trade here for Kinguin. Let's see if they can follow it up. Ricky's up in that A-bomb site. And Kinguin, they've got plenty of time. They don't have to commit to this if they don't want to. But now that they're also moving up one guy on Catwalk, they could sandwich in the 2A players here.
That was a missed smoke as well. He wanted to smoke off Catwalk so he can get a better position to watch towards Long, as Dennis can be the one pushing up Fox and Scream, pushing towards Long as well. Imagine going to get overrun in sight.
No, a lot of confusion here. You can tell on the Immunity team that they are a little bit out of position. Jumping, no scope. He's going to get the one on Scream. Oh no, Fox gets one in return and he keeps trying. Ricky feeling lucky today. It's going to be a 2v2. Bomb is just down. If he pulls this one through, that's going to be one for the history books. It's Maikelele and Fox left, and James pulls up here. Headshot on Fox. Now it's Maikelele down in pit. The bomb is planted for him. Ricky, now is your chance. He's going to miss the first shot. Pulls out again. He goes down to Maikelele, and now it's on James. He's holding it down. He's going to get it as well behind the box. The bomb was just out of position, and James is going to get it. And Immunity, they win that round. It's ridiculous.
Oh, my Lord. Ricky, that jumping shot was fantastic. I mean, it's luck like half the time. But we saw a great one with Fawn yesterday. We see a great one there as well. But that was really, like you said, really miscommunicated within the team of Immunity. You had Ricky drop off short because he wanted to watch towards long A or maybe towards CT, which was already smoked off. And it left his teammate, Imagine, all alone at the A side. And he got overrun and taken down before he could pull off anything.
And then for some weird reason, they ended up having 2 people on the A-bomb site while both of them were being both Molotov and grenaded. That was actually a horrible position for Immunity. And you could sort of tell that Ricky realized halfway through that, wait a minute, we can't possibly stay here. And then he tried to get out, but he was almost caught by Dennis coming up on short as well. So there were a lot of things that could have gone horribly for Immunity that round. Now, we're going to be into the 8th round, and it's 4-3 at the moment. So not really anybody's running away with this game yet.
I mean, what they did last round was really well called for, too, considering that Kinguin has not gone long a single time until that round. They've been constantly 3-man stacking it with Immunity. They left Sniper there alone. They went for the 2-man stack towards Catwalk because they realized they're constantly losing middle control. They're constantly losing lower, not quote-unquote lower control and Catwalk control. So they're able to challenge that a little bit more. And Ricky, if he can hit this shot, this would be amazing. And unfortunately, does miss, but there's 5 men on Kinguin in the B tunnels, and Ricky gets the first.
Nice shot there, and actually they were baiting that shot as well. They were jumping out in front of Maikelele so that he would intentionally take the first shot mid-air. In the meantime, look at who's sneaking up through middle. Sniper here to take down Dennis. Easy kill, gets a headshot on screen, but he can't finish it. The AK is a one-shot headshot at that range, at any range, so that is going to be a little bit sad for Sniper, but still really good effort and still a lead here for Immunity. If they win this round, they might be forcing an eco on Kinguin, and it might be a good job here.
And Imagine's in Goose as well, so he can come out really big. James pick up the first.
Rain gonna get a return there, a double headshot, a triple headshot, Rain! What is going on now? He's gonna get a chance to put the bomb down. 8 seconds, no grenades on Ricky. If he misses a shot, Rain might destroy him, but mid-air, he jumps to peak, and Ricky not hesitating for a second. What a round, Jason. What are we witnessing?
Well, we had Dennis pick up the 3-1 Deeks earlier on in the second round. Then we have Rain there pick up 3 fantastic kills that he should not have gotten. They challenge out at different times and then allow him to pick up the kill after kill. You challenge together so you can, shut him down completely. That could have been really bad for Immunity. They pick up the round, luckily, though. They tied things up. And Kinguin, they're going for the force up here. Mike Lely on the op in the body armor. Galil and even a CZ in there. But Immunity, that was too close for comfort.
Honestly, Rain's mechanical skill is ridiculous. He is essentially just like a... an aimbot built into a human being. It's very, very frightening, but he's also an incredibly smart player, so he's got that going for him too. They're going to try for the boost again, but this time Kinguin are playing close, and that's very scary. One missed shot here, and there it is. Now they're going to get closer. Imagine goes down. Rain with that AK. Ricky has to move, and he realizes back up and down into CT spawn. Grenade goes up, and it only tags up Kinguin a tiny bit. Not going to kill anyone just yet, but they're all on short, and maybe they're just going to think twice. They've got plenty of time. They want to know if Immunity are moving up behind them, which they've done a couple of times. There's James in the middle, and Ustilo picking up a kill. Each Rain with a refrag, and we're back into a 3v3 here with about a minute left.
Yeah, great read by Immunity too, to rotate the men from B, to hold on towards middle, realizing there's a lot of men on Cowboy. But Sniper, again, he's pushing long for a second time. Rain's going to be the one to challenge out as he comes around the corner, though.
He's going to get that frag. That's another triple kill for Rain. It was the last round where he got 3 headshots. This time it's a little bit less fast-paced. Ricky moving up. He has to hit an instant shot once again. He gets that one and falls down. Great play here. Almost catches Scream. You can actually shoot to the top of the railing there, so you got to be a bit careful when you're on 22 health. But is there going to be a bomb plant? Again, no grenade to stop it here for Immunity. And we're going to be in a 2v2 retake.
Ooh, this is a catwalk plant, most importantly. And Ustilo's going towards long, so he's actually not trying to challenge out. They're going to try to do it together, realizing that they have gone towards cat. And this one is going to be an interesting hold. There's no utility to work with, but Ricky picks up the first kill. Now it's on Fox and a 1-on-2.
This is a very important round here for Kinguin. They're running out of money. They need this round. Fox going to pop flash in, sprays, but can't get it. Ustilo, great team play. Ricky holding it down. A lot of confidence and faith in each other there, and it's going to be Immunity now winning the round and putting us at 5-4 in their favor. And Kinguin, they have just enough to buy all AKs, but they're going to have very little utility. So what do you think about this? I mean, you've got basically only grenades on 2 people now, Jason. Well, they're trying to keep the pressure on, right? I mean, if you look at the past rounds, it's been really rough between the two teams where Immunity haven't had like the full 5 or full 4 people left alive. So Immunity's going to be struggling a little bit in terms of economy. You can already see that as well with 1,500, the most on Ricky at, currently. So the pressure is constantly coming in for Kinguin. The game is still relatively close. And Ricky pushing that middle, gets the kill to Dennis. But I was talking to Immunity actually earlier today, talking about the Virtus Pro game, and they were saying, Australia, it's really hard for them to play CT side or CT side because the teams in Australia aren't that great T side. So when they were playing against Virtus Pro, they really struggled, but their T side's pretty damn solid. And so far, I have to say, the changes they've made from yesterday till today, the peaking together minus 1 or 2 rounds has been phenomenal, and they've got a relatively good read. Sniper's done his homework. Yeah, I like seeing that. I mean, right now, it seems like Immunity are at least being competitive here. Ricky also at, I think, 11-2 right now as a scoreline, which is incredibly good. He seems to be the backbone right now of the team. Still about 45 seconds, and look who's sneaking out middle. It's the Kinguin team. James needs someone to pop flash him in here, but there is no one near to do it, so this P90 is not going to be good enough, and in fact, he's going to get flashed himself. Mike later to pick up the kill. Now they're rotating in. Ricky picks up a shot on Fox, and is almost going to get tagged up here. He gets down by Rain, who doesn't even bother to actually peek the full force, but look at the bomb just being picked up. Sniper, he's going to get it. That's the bomb down. 20 seconds and 2v2. He's sprayed. Sniper, he gets the headshot. Now it's all on Mike here in a 1v2, and he's creeping out back. Sniper playing this so well. Mike trying to get in here. He's going to go down. Imagine to pick up the kill. What a great clutch there. Sniper getting those 2, and that is huge. Picks up the bomb just as it walks past, and Rain is going to initiate the pause.
Oh, wow. Okay, so again, the analysis, they talked about it. If Immunity wanted to win this map, they need to be really aggressive, at least on the CT side, get really aggressive, get in their faces, and catch them off guard. And this is something I want to point out that we saw against Luminosity with Kinguin. They were put on an overpass, and constantly they would send, 4 or 5 men towards one site and leaving the flank completely left open. They wouldn't have I guess, the foresight to just sit back, let the other team get aggressive against them, and then punish them for it. And you're looking at what's happening now. Again, snipers constantly pushing, constantly getting aggressive, constantly getting behind them. So I want to see Kinguin, if they want to turn some rounds around, is just sit back passive. They know Immunity are getting aggressive. Use that against them, pick up a kill or two, and work that man advantage.
Very impressive, because if you look at it on the other side, it's not like Kinguin are actually ignoring the fact that these aggressive pushes are coming out. They've had multiple setups now where they've been waiting around, hoping to catch Immunity doing just that. But they somehow seem to find the right timing where this sort of fits into just when Kinguin are feeling a bit safe.
It was mostly the beginning. I'm trying to think. Like the one round I was thinking of where we saw 3-man push out of Kinguin towards the B site, and James was jumping on top of the box and got headshotted because they didn't script it all the push. They were waiting for the pushes there, but Snipers had a fantastic read. And I'd say that's kind of one of the strengths of Immunity, thinking back to the offline qualifiers in Malaysia, is that they're a team that can be very smart. Sometimes it takes them quite a few rounds to adapt and change things up, but Sniper's a very smart player and knows how to control his team and knows where they excel. And many times we saw them, behind on maps like Mirage where they're relatively strong on. But once he finally figured out how the team was playing, he just adapted and they're able to come back and obviously get themselves here today.
Well, right now, at least in terms of fragging, it seems to be sort of a competition between Ricky and Rain, both of who have 12 kills, and then it's 3 deaths on Ricky and 6 on Rain. So overall, this is sort of these are the two people carrying the show here.
And you would, with the team of all-star players like Kinguin have, you would expect Michaelele and Fox to be up there a little bit more. Michaelele, I think his confidence was shot a little bit yesterday against Luminosity. He was not hitting any of his shots up against Fallen many times, losing out in those duels. And he seems to be struggling here yet again. I mean, he hasn't had the op too many rounds.
Or maybe for my money's worth, I might even have to, second to Rain, I might actually look for Dennis to do a lot here. I still feel like Dennis is an incredibly solid player. So I have really big expectations from Dennis.
That's what we've been talking about, the whole having 2 operas on your team, but we'll get back to in a second. Looks like they might want to push off the back of that smoke. There's all 5 men grouped up in tunnels. James, Ustilo, Ricky, all here waiting to receive, and he's just spamming through, potentially going to walk straight into this bullet.
Oh, he's missed a couple of shots. They're lining up. He's missing again. How is it even possible? There's the shot finally, and also Ustilo picking up 2, and that's a great job here. Triple kill from Ustilo, saving his teammates. It seemed almost like statistically impossible that you'd miss a shot at that point. What's going on?
Well, I mean, they pushed out like the right time to get around it, and then of course the flashbang coming through as well allowed them to make that happen. But the read again out of Immunity, rotating men across. I think they got aggressive, gathered some information early on, and were able to realize they're heading towards that B site. But again, having 2 operas on your team, I was trying to talk about that a little bit before. You look at Envious, you have Happy and you have Kenny S, right? If Kenny S isn't feeling confident, Happy picks it up and does well with it. But we're not seeing Kinguin switch it up, and I agree with you. I hope to see them switch it over to maybe Dennis, or even maybe Fox, to be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, but I have like a couple of players that I just have high expectations from, and Dennis is definitely one of them. So with any weapon, I just always expect Dennis to go big. It's going to be Armor and Pistols out in the middle. Rain and Dennis picking up a kill each, and that's actually going to give them the B bomb site. And imagine he's just barely going to win that fight against Rain, and it's very important that he did. That gives them a 3v3. Bomb down. They do have a lot more equipment here, but they've got to be a little bit careful. James taking out Dennis, who was pushing through the smoke and maybe a little bit too eagerly. But now it's Scream opening in the background, and he actually gets a leg shot in, but now he's also alone trying to clutch it, and not with one of his comfort weapons here. He's going to miss a bunch of shots and ends up dropping to Imagine, who picks up a double kill. Really good retake, but honestly a scary situation anyway.
I think we're both in agree. Scream should probably not be picking up the Opera's team. Maybe it definitely should be going to Dennis or Fox.
We've had some really horrible examples of that in the past. When he was playing on Titan, and we've had some really fun moments like that.
But either way, they get the bomb down off that round, a round that they probably should have picked up so easy. I was really curious to see why James challenged so early through double doors, instead of just, actually I think it was Ustilo challenging through double doors so early, instead of just kind of sitting back, waiting for them to come to him when they had the guns. They had 3 men in sight as well. But nonetheless, they're up 8-4. They were really worried coming into this map, but they're doing a fantastic job. We just see Michaelele back on the op. Ricky again pushing Count out. They've given up long control, and they have Ustilo here as well. They're going to catch straight into Rain.
Yeah, look at this. Rain's got no idea. Ustilo, the timing is perfect. Sprays down 1, and if he can get back safe now, that's going to be perfect, but he can't. Scream coming up from lower dark is going to end up taking him out. Sniper going to get smoked, and even a couple of follow-up flashbangs there. So we're back into a 4v4, and not a push that favors Immunity here. Sadly, because it almost worked out.
I think you're also seeing Kinguin's confidence shot a little bit. I mean, you have Dennis sitting lower. They're going a little bit of a execute out towards long A because they've realized Immunity had men there so many times. There's double stack in middle. Ricky defending long with an op over towards CT. and there's 3 men on Kinguin waiting to receive this. But Dennis, it's up to him. I think if he can lurk appropriately and lower, he can catch them completely off guard.
I'm not 100% sure what I was expecting from Immunity, but I feel like they've already exceeded my expectations anyway here. They're playing super well at the moment. And it's really, really good news, obviously, for the Australians. Seeing Ricky almost with a double shot, but he himself gets tagged down to 16. Sniper in the middle actually loses that fight to Dennis in spite of him jumping, and Fox takes down Ricky. I might have cursed him here, Jason, because it's going to be a 2v4 now. Imagine goes down to Scream, and that is going to leave James alone. Not a lot that he could do here. If he can get some exit frags with 13 rounds, and it might actually be worth it. They don't have a lot of money, so at the same time, neither do Immunity. But
that rounds, it should have gone Immunity's way. With that early push, getting that kill was on terrain was a great job of them. But what came down to was the fact that Ricky wasn't watching lower. He wasn't watching Scream push out. So Scream gets a return frag right onto that. It kind of equalizes things. And then they get a nice little execute onto the A side, just walking straight through. Ricky missing quite a few shots.
I mean, it might be too soon to call it off with just one best of one against Kinguin, but if both Immunity and Renegades could turn out to be 2 pretty good Australian teams, then, like, in an international scale, then think about how many other countries actually have, like, 2 or more good teams. There aren't that many. Most countries have just a single one.
I think it's Sweden. Sweden is one of the few with 2 really good teams.
Yeah, Denmark has been close like a couple of times, but I mean, we need a little bit more out of Dignitas still, but they are doing a pretty good job, but...
America maybe, if CLG steps up today?
Yeah, I'd say definitely America. I think has potential to even have 3 in my opinion. But yeah, there's not that many if you start counting really. So this is pretty good news.
We're seeing in Kinguin actually, again, they went for the set execute out towards long A. This time, Immunity have changed things up, leaving Ricky and Estilo going to be the 2 men here with Ricky with the op. They're going to come out a little bit delayed, and it's up to Estilo and Ricky if they can work this well together. Ricky, what a shot through the smoke. Yeah, actually jumps up on this tiny ledge there and ends up dropping Scream, and Estilo in the pit, taking down Rain, the heavy hitter. He's going to go down to Fox, and Ricky drops Michaelele. This is great news. Now they just need to fall back, and that's exactly what they're doing. Great call. Whoever made that call on Immunity, definitely a smart play. No reason to fight when you're this far ahead. Dennis sneaking into middle to catch James, but he's kind of trapped here by the Molotov, and right now it's 3v2, and smoke goes down. Imagine trying to get up and look over the smoke. Again, smart individual play, and if they see that this A push is coming, they don't have to fight it. They can just play for the retake, even though they have a lot of grenades. I'd much rather have them do that than try and fight it individually. Ricky in a very scary position. I definitely don't like this. If he misses a shot, they will absolutely kill him, but he's not going to miss. He takes down Dennis. Now Fox is left, and he's going to get Ricky with a quad kill. What a wonderful play. That is incredibly brave. 1 missed shot and you're gone. Well, you were asking earlier on, Sniper, he's named Sniper, why isn't he opping? Well, you're seeing exactly why Ricky's that damn good.
Yeah,
hitting those shots. He's playing phenomenal. He's 18-5 at the moment.
Yeah, I'll do more than just a little bit of tip my hat here for Ricky. This is a godlike performance from him. And, they said they wanted a little bit of experience. One of the most obvious things for people who lack experience playing under this much pressure is crumbling and missing shots that, both easy and hard. And Ricky, man, he's a rock at the moment. 9-5, 15 rounds in, last of the half, and Ricky going to sneak into lower, onto underpass here, or lower dark, sorry, and he's going to miss the shot, but falls back again. Are they going to try and chase him down? They do see him. Spray going to miss, and we've still got 5 people left alive on either team.
Well, like I said, confidence on Ricky is really ridiculous. You compare him and you compare Michael. Michael is sitting at 4 frags at the bottom of his team, Ricky at the top. Like, you're seeing this clear difference of what confidence can do for an AWP or for a sniper for your team. But Kinguin now pushed up on Catwalk. You got Ricky and Imagine there. You got Estilo still watching towards long A, and Sniper and James over towards B. They're going to need to rotate in as quickly as they can, though, with 48 seconds on the clock. But there's not like any utility to work with Kinguin. That's the only flash they had, and Ricky's getting caught out.
Or anything, they're all coming around the corner. He's raised down 1. It could have been a wonderful triple, but he's going to miss the remaining shots. And now it's a very tough retake here, but obviously they're going to go for it. It is the last round after all. Michaelele, good shot there on James. And Sniper and Ustilo are going to be left. Bomb ticking away. Good tab there for Scream, what he's so well known for. And he goes for another one. Absolutely classic. And Sniper ends up dropping. Great triple kill from Scream at the end, but 9-6. Jason, are you satisfied with this from Kinguin's point of view?
I don't think they're going to be satisfied. I'm not satisfied with it. I mean, it's Dust 2. It's a map that even Immuni said that they should not really be able to win on. When you have all-stars like Michaelele and Scream, I think I don't want to say the pressure's getting to them because Michael has been on the stage before. Plenty of the members of Kinguin have been at a major and have performed relatively well and really well, but he just can't seem to get in the flow. Ricky's, you know, it's not like he's challenging on against Ricky. It's just he doesn't have the opportunity to really make much happen. And not to mention Dennis, who succeeded really well in playing a little bit of a lurk role so far on the T side, didn't have the opportunity because the rest of the team was dead.
Now, I do think we can actually fix the microphone buzzing if we just keep silent for about a minute. So let's do that, and then we'll get back to it once the second half starts here. Jason can talk. I'll be quiet.
I can talk. All right. Well, so going on to the T side. This is where Immunity, you want to see them start to really perform. Again, they were talking about in Australia. It's really hard to play CT side against European teams because that's where Australia really kind of lacks a little bit. But I'm wondering how they're going to work around this, how they're going to work around the aim stars of Kinguin. I'm hoping that this first half, you know, 9-6 scoreline and Michael Lee not performing too well isn't going to carry over for their sake. I mean, keep in mind, if one of these two teams goes out or loses this game, they're out of the tournament completely. The winner going to be going on to play a little bit later on against Cloud9. So there's still a lot of challenges ahead of both these teams. But that man there on your screen, Ricky, he's been bossing this one up. He's at an 18-6 scoreline at the end. I really have to wonder, Kinguin, what are they going to do into this round? They need to have a solid CT side, and it always comes down to that ever so important pistol round. I'm not sure if you can talk yet.
Try and see if we can fix it, guys, and we're going to be going into the second half, obviously, in just a couple of seconds here.
Okay, so apparently it's back to me. All right, so yeah, we're going to the second half in just a few seconds. Looks like they have loaded back in. We're about to get underway, and I can tell you so far, we see Immunity picking up a couple of, actually a lot of body armor. 4 people with it so far. Actually, no, all 5 going with it. And decoy. So if they're going to go anywhere, they're going to be rushing it extremely quickly and trying to go for the challenges outright. We see Scream, Michael Ellie both with some flashbangs. We have a nade and smoke in for him as well. And they're going for a 3-2 split, so maybe trying to catch him off guard a little bit. As James, Imagine, Sniper both working, or all 3 working over towards that B tunnels, leaving the bomb there as well. So let's see, Dennis and Scream, I'm going to continue to go for this as long as I can. Dennis and Scream going to be 2 men holding middle. They do have the defuse kit on Scream, so they can play for the retake. And you see Estilo trying to challenge out middle already. We see Sniper pick up a great kill on the Fox in the back of the B site. Now Scream and Dennis have to quickly rotate in, but the flashbang might allow them to peek. They get completely bundled up, but they're not committing to this just yet. Ricky rotating back in through tunnels, trying to get all 5 men here, but Scream picks up the first. Dennis looking to come in through window. Scream gets a second. This man is on fire in this round. And now Dennis coming straight through gets taken down by Ricky, but Scream picks up another. He's on 2 kills in this round so far. And Ricky, Imagine, in a 2-on-3 situation, not able to get the bomb down. Ricky, a great shot of him. And Imagine they equalize things, and now they have the man advantage themselves. As Michael Ellie's now in a 1-on-2 rush straight through, and Ricky picks up the kill. They get the pistol round, and I'm sure as hell you guys can hear Sniper just cheering for his team. I'm even hearing some laughs in there too out of Ricky with some phenomenal shots out of that man.
Shall I try again?
All right, you know what we can do? I'll get really close to you, and we can both do it through my microphone. We'll try that. We'll try that here.
Is that going to be a real thing? I don't know. I have no idea if this works or not. This is definitely a very, very creative idea, James. I love it. Oh, Jason, I love this. That's very good. All right. It apparently does work. So you're going to be in control of changing the headset, and we'll try and see if we can make this work. So for the moment, a 10-6 lead for Immunity and a ridiculous turnaround in that round. I have no idea how Immunity won that round, but it was quite impressive. And that's going to leave Kinguin without armor and just pistols here.
To be honest, they probably shouldn't have won that round. It just came down to a couple of great shots out of Ricky and Imagine to hold on to that site. Even when Kinguin had the man advantage by 2 people, they just could not stop that from getting through. But again, Immunity back to playing this one slow. You can see Kinguin only have a Deagle on Scream and a couple of 5.7s, even a P250 for Dennis. So not looking to accomplish too much out of this round, but at least make it expensive.
Well, they're going to be heading up long here. Ricky leading the charge with the AK, and he's going to spot a couple of people. They're actually all stacked up towards CT spawn, so a little bit scary, but Imagine takes care of the first one. The submachine gun, Ricky tapping away and killing Rain Ustilo there with the P90. They've got all the weapons in use here. It's going to be Ustilo taking down 3 and leaving it at 11-6. This is great news, Jason. I feel like right now, Immunity, they could really upset the situation if they end up playing against... Who are they going to be playing against if they win this?
Cloud9.
Cloud9, that'd be very interesting. That would definitely not be my prediction.
All right, well, it looks like we're taking a little bit of a break here. Going to send it over to the NVIDIA expert desk with... Oh, no, okay, so Hunk is telling me the wrong way, that we're actually not doing that. Oh, we're... Ah. Okay.
Yep. All right, here we go. We're back, and this time the microphone should be working. So, of course, we do apologize. Soundboards, they're very complicated machines, and sometimes they do weird
They're
things.
very difficult.
You know what I'm happy about, Jason? I'm happy I'm not the guy who's going to try and fix that, because I'm nowhere near smart enough for that.
We
Luckily,
heard
we do have
backstage a little bit.
We do have some really, probably the best production people we can have in the industry, so they're working on it quick. So we're going to be right back into the game here. It's Immunity with a lead. Huge surprise. Rain is playing his heart out on that Kinguin team, but he needs help right now.
He does. He needs other people to step up. Mike Lilly, again, struggled in that first half, and he needs him to be there by his side to really help out. Not to mention Dennis. You know, Dennis has been, a good force in the rounds that they have won some great entries against some great deagle shots, but he needs to step up a little bit more, maybe. We're seeing, again, the save come out of Kinguin, not able to buy up in this round, and we're seeing the scout picked up for Sniper. So finally, you're going to see Sniper on a Sniper. I'm not going to have the op just yet.
It does please me a great deal. James, though, also a good headshot with the Galil. No armor on Kinguin here. It's not that they can really accomplish, but should be an easy round. That would leave Immunity with double the rounds of Kinguin, which, I mean, right now we've been raving on about this double op setup. It needs to come in big for Kinguin. It has to be huge this time around. Otherwise, it is just not going to work out. Scream up here with the Deagle. Actually good in a little bit of navigation there, jumping down towards CT spawn, but he gets caught by a grenade. It's almost like he actually put himself in position, like there was an X on the ground, just stand here if you want to have a grenade in the face, and he did that.
It's always great to see. It's like Looney Tunes kind of esque. But either way, 48 seconds to go on the clock. Kinguin again, like I said, with no armor, just a couple of pistols bought up for the team. The bomb is making its way over towards Cow. There's actually a man lurking towards long. Scream picks up one. Scream picks up two.
That's ridiculous. Ricky finally diffusing that situation. Can only let Scream go on for so long because you know he's going to hit nothing but headshots. Some really, really good deagle shots, and that's going to make it interesting now. First time here in the second half that Kinguin have a chance to buy. They had better make a lot out of this round. They have to do it, otherwise they're going to get knocked out here.
You were talking about the double up setup potentially coming out of Kinguin. The problem is with how far many rounds there are behind and how close Immunity is to winning. If they fail that once, then it's going to be all over from there. But we're going to see the op picked up for Ricky again, who's been so damn impactful looking on that cross. And Michael again, they're not switching it up. They're not transitioning over to someone else who's maybe feeling a little bit more confident. But we can see Fox already challenged out on B.
Yeah, good shot there. James going down and Scream. Killing Imagine while he was in the fire as well. Almost a bit of an overkill there. Sniper's also very low on health, so this push from Immunity has yielded very next to nothing. Definitely not worth it for them. Sniper going to be falling back, and Kinguin are in a situation once again, just like we mentioned in the first half. The only way they lose this is if they make a big mistake. Immunity, they can't really sort of skill their way back into a round like this. It has to be Kinguin letting something slip.
I don't want to count Ricky out, but I pretty much agree with you on that one. It's going to be very difficult. 3 against 5 with so little HP on Sniper and Estilo. Ricky's going to be trying to go for the challenge towards B. Again, you see 3 men there on the side of Kinguin prepared for it with a man towards long and a man towards CT ramp. But with 48 seconds to go, they have time to work with. They have utility. Like, they have a smoke. They have flashbangs. They can go for potential mid to B or a transition in towards Catwalk with that smoke popping out. And Ricky's even transitioned away from the op over onto an AK.
Making a very good call right now. I mean, continuing into B, I think, would be almost suicide, but walking up Catwalk, not such a bad idea. And that's a very likely spot to be able to take an aim duel, and that's what they want right now. They just want one-on-one battles that they can try and win. If they win the first one, there is a chance. It's still going to be a slim one, especially at 17 seconds. Michael covering the cross. He's going to miss that shot, but Dennis won't, and Ricky goes down. Dennis with a headshot and a triple kill. Nicely handled. And that's going to be Kinguin making it back here. A very important round, and more than anything, Jason, here, they didn't lose a single player. Yeah, so they keep their economy going. They do have the potential to pull up the double op now in this round or the next round. Most likely the next. But, Michael, it's all on that man there you see on your screen. I want to see him really start to get into his prime here in this one. You talk about peaking in tournaments, you talk about do you want to do it early on, you want to do it later on, you want to do it mid-tournament. Well, you know, this is the end and the start of the tournament for both teams, technically. You lose this game, you're out. It's the end. If you win this one, you still have another challenge to go on up against Cloud9. But we're seeing Immunity pick up the pace a little bit. They have quite a few Tech 9s. They don't have any armor, though, and Michael is waiting. Yeah, I like this. Just rushing in with a Tech 9, it seems like it's a favorite thing to do, but Michael, good shot there with USPS. Gonna get a second one as well. So currently a triple kill for him, and he just has to save this AWP. Doesn't really need the last kill in this sequence. No scope, not gonna hit it. Knife is out, really, Michael. Is it time for that? Now he ends up going down to Imagine, who does end his days there. Scream gonna end up getting that kill. It seemed like he was almost gonna get another one. It's ridiculous. So And the round that maybe didn't have to be that expensive. Obviously, they get to save the AWP anyway, but 2 kills in the round like that, pretty good for Immunity.
It's interesting play to Mike LA too, because he saw him coming catwalk. He had a smoke come up as well, but instead of sitting back towards ramp and then him come to him, he pushes aggressively into Goose because he has Dennis towards car to help watch the cross, so he can get a little bit of a crossfire going on and to help protect him. So it was a really smart transition out of this man. Sniper again going to be on the scouts, a very MBK-esque for his team. And we're seeing MBK, or not MBK, Team Kinguin, so now he's in my head, on the op with Mike LA still, but they have full utility to work with. Immunity. They can't let too many of these rounds slip away. They need to get some sort of control. It might come down to that middle. You know, with Michael A smoked off potentially over towards CT, you might be able to open up on B if you can just hit a couple of nice shots with like a 3-2 split.
Yeah, I definitely like seeing that. Dennis has also moved in, so right now it's a pretty heavy commitment towards sort of the mid-B side of the map, leaving A a little bit vulnerable, which is a problem for Kinguin, considering that right now Immunity are setting up for what might be an A split eventually. It's not fully committed yet, they've got plenty of time. And right now, they're waiting for that Molotov to clear anyway. Is
that Mike Lilly in sight as well? Is it over towards A? Because if he's there, yeah. I don't know if I like this position, because if you sit towards car, yeah, you might get flashed up, but most importantly, you can stay alive by rotating back towards pit, have a teammate there to watch towards long, and replay the retake game. But he's going to be sticking up here in true Mike Lilly fashion, trying to be aggressive, trying to be cocky. There's already a man dropping towards C2, picks up the kill, James gets one.
Oh, and he did commit to it. Dennis going down, Ustilo taking down Michael over at long, James runs in, but Rain will drop him. And, you know, we've been talking so much about Rain. Is it going to be on him again to try and retake this bomb site? It just might. Right now, they're a man down. That bomb is planted. And even better, Immunity have one guy at top mid, which is going to give them so much information. They know nobody's coming short, and there it is. Fox, Rain going down, Scream, last man alive, and he's going to be dropped. Imagine picks up a great double kill, and it's going to be 13-8. I do think that's a really good point, though. The way that Michael is holding, it does mean you're committing to the bomb site. There's no way to really fall back, and so you either get a bunch of kills or you're going to need some really quick backup, which wasn't even possible.
Yeah. I mean, they have Legia behind him. You can see him staying there, acting as their coach, acting as their caller, if I'm not mistaken. So he's going to see something like that and, be kind of upset, I would assume, against Michael. I mean, that's how Michael likes to play, like really flashy, really aggressive kind of style. But it doesn't work out, especially
does not win that fight. That means Ricky's going to be taking him out, and Dennis up here by the barrels there inside the bomb site. Can he stop them? Ustilo finally going down, and we're going to be in a 4v3 here. Dennis picking up a rifle. There's no bullets left. He ends up going down. Ricky hits a headshot, finally gets taken out, and that's the bomb being dropped on long, which means Rain, he could definitely do this. This is a perfect man to have covering a bomb like this. It's now a 2v2 with about 10 seconds. They need to pick it up. Immunity, they're getting slowed down way too much. Their sniper, he realizes 4 seconds, he can't do it. This round is over. He can't get the bomb plant in anymore. So Kinguin are going to make it to 13-9. That is a very upsetting way to lose a round.
It is. It really is. And it was a great drop down as well. They sent 2 men towards CT, 1 towards actual CT spawn, 1 towards ramp to catch him off guard. But Dennis holding on as well, just staying alive. I think he's wondering like how that we should not have won that. That was a really shoddy buy. They had like regular body armor. They had a lot of FAMAS, even just a 5-7 out of Dennis, and they still came back in that round.
Yeah, very interesting. I think that was Immunity being so deeply immersed in the fact that they're winning this game that they forgot about the fact that there was so little time left. I think they caught onto that fact just a second too late. But look at the speed here into the B bomb site. They're going to try and rush it down, but Fox is there, gets an instant double kill, and the bomb is dropped. Jason, it couldn't be worse, could it?
It was a nice change of pace. Like ideally, that was a good, a decision by them. But unfortunately, Team Kinguin have been waiting constantly on that B site, and the Molotov coming through did slow and soften them up just a little bit. James made the first kill, but gonna get taken on thereafter. There's 2 men alive with AK, so there's a possibility they could pull us off in a 2-1-4. But Ricky coming through with the flashbang, he's not gonna accomplish much off that.
No, they're just feeding all the kills to Fox right now. Triple for him in the round, and some of the easiest kills of his life, essentially. Sniper, just the last man left here. considering how many rounds could potentially still be left here, be very important for him still to pick up a couple of kills. They can't have Kinguin come out of rounds like this with 4 members alive. 3, and they've done an all right job. Even better if he can get a double kill, obviously, but we're asking a lot of him, and he's actually going to fake out that. That's very clever, isn't it? That pop flash goes on over to long just to try and pretend that he's over there, and then walks into middle.
They don't care, though. They have the bomb at B. They're like, all right, you can be long all you want. You can try to save your gun. We're still going to just protect this and get another round.
It didn't work, but I want to give credit to Sniper anyway. That's a very smart way of thinking. You got to come up with something like that. What else are you going to do?
Well, unfortunately for him, he was not able to accomplish much off of that. But, you have to keep in mind, Immunity, they're playing, for themselves, they're playing for their brethren team Renegades, they're playing for their country of Australia. And the thing is, with Vox, first time they played in a major was back in Katowice in 2014. They didn't get a single map. So if they can pull up just a map alone, even if they don't get much further, they would have already done better than their brethren team and just reassure all the work they put in over the past couple months. Yeah,
I feel like until at least until this year, Immunity wasn't much on anybody's radar, really. It was all about, the Vox Seminole lineup. That's now the sort of almost the Renegades lineup. And I guess a lot of people did assume that was the only team that was going to come out of Australia then. That was it. Because we have all heard the stories about how difficult it is to find practices, how, they don't have the same level of competition, kind of like the North American scene used to be, but I don't think is anymore in the same way. Great if they can keep it up. Now we've got 2, let's see a third one, why not? Rain down in the pit here, and he's fighting armorless targets, so doesn't need to be so careful. Could just spray them down, and Michael Ellis going to come in and show him how it's done. Dennis, good shot there, and it's going to be a complete cleanup here. Nobody dying, and a good triple spray down, which is going to leave Kinguin with a lot of money. That's 1 round with 4 alive, another round here with 5 alive.
When we think about, a couple of rounds that Immunity has picked up, right? They've gone catwalk quite a few times, and they've caught out Kinguin from having 1 man towards CT and 2 towards B. So they were able to get like a nice 5v1 against Michael A, pick him up when he had the op at the time. Then they had to worry about rain towards long A, and able to get the bomb down. So I'm wondering, Kinguin, they've adapted this a little bit. They're not keeping his, as man in CT spawn anymore. Maybe go for that 3-2 split towards B with the smokes out middle and catch him up. The only thing I worry about, though, is Immunity, is their mental block, because they tried rushing into B side earlier on, and they got completely smashed.
Well, this is another way in which experience shows itself. When you're this far ahead, you really should be winning the game. I mean, at most, when we were at the peak here, it was 12-6 in favor of Immunity. So you should be winning that game, but the more you feel it, the more you start to get a little bit nervous. You start to second-guess yourself. All the calls you make, you wonder, this is Kinguin. Are they going to be better than us? Maybe we should do something else. And then you slow down the game just enough that they get to catch up. And you can tell now, Kinguin know, this comeback is very, very real, so...
First, mid to B, or mid to A. Smoking off towards B to try to get in towards CT spawn. It's not going to work out too well. Scream picks up at first, but imagine he's pushed up catwalk. He's going to get Molotoved off for now. But they have the time to work with 45 seconds left to go on the clock. They have a guy towards CT as well, challenge out James, trying to pick up this kill.
Oh, but he goes down to Scream, who picks up a second kill, and now they need to get something in return here. It's a 2v5 at the moment. Rain getting a headshot on Dennis, even while Flash doing good damage. There's Michael Lily cleaning it up, and it's going to be 13-12. Oh.
Well, let's talk about this. We talked about earlier on saying that one thing that's really good about Immunity is Sniper and how smart of a player he is. He can adapt to calls, relatively quickly. Also, the downside is sometimes it takes a little bit of extra time. He's good at adapting, but sometimes it takes a little bit too long. And we saw that happen quite a bit in Malaysia. We were at the Asian offline qualifiers for ESL 1 Cologne. And I think we might be seeing a little bit of that as well. They're not able to really vibe into this round. I still say maybe a mid to B kind of strategy would work out. There's still only 2 men left alone there, and Kinguin still have rotated quite a few men towards long, with 2 there and 1 towards Goose or whatever. But Dennis is going to be the one rotating back. The smokes come in. They're going for B.
They don't have any armor. This is going to be a bit of a miracle if it works out. Scream takes down 1, and James going to take a little bit too long there. Fox picking up a couple, and there's no way in here. Perfect shutdown. Money on Kinguin is going to be disgusting at the end of this round. And that means we've got a tied scoreline here at 13-13. It's now looking very scary. You know what I think? This might have to come down to Ricky and that AWP. If he can win a couple of fights with that, that might be the one opening. Never mind how many strats you try and pull, you've got to get that opening kill at some point.
I mean, that's 100% true. He was so impactful in the first half with it.
Wait, did he get the close B spawn? If you get the close B spawn, you can actually run here quicker than, well, almost as quick as he but he does miss the jump. Still got a chance here, but he goes down to Fox, who crouches into the angle with the AK. Ricky saw it coming, and he was even there on time. That would have been the kind of opening that they need. I still think Ricky had exactly the right idea.
I think if he maybe questioned that second question, I guess himself when he missed the jump, could have saved his life and would have been a little bit more impactful in the round. But They're still going to play with the man down they have. Now imagine picking up the op. Still looking for that pick towards B. And you can see in this on the minimap, the Kinguin have rotated the men over towards it, one towards pit and two watching towards catwalk.
Still just ticking past the minute mark here. And they are trying to test out catwalk as well. You can see Immunity really want to see if they can get in somewhere and find that opening frag. They just need to get back into this round. Otherwise, Kinguin are going to be quite far ahead. I'm not even sure that Immunity can really force Kinguin to eco for the rest of this game. I think they're going to be able to buy no matter what here. So this is going to be a very hard-fought battle indeed. Dennis in CT Spawn going to take down Sniper next in line. Scream to drop James. And imagine Ustilo are going to be left here. Good shot with the AK. Maybe a bomb plant could at least help them a little bit. But a Molotov goes up and all of Kinguin are rotating in here towards the B bomb site. Still, bomb plant is going to be helpful if they can do it, and looks like they're going to be successful. Keeping the bomb site is quite a different matter. That would require a bit of a godlike performance here. Molotov goes up, smoke behind. They've got the utility for it, and Kinguin, look how patient they're being outside. Not too worried about anything. Another grenade follow-up, tag, scream a bit, rain comes in, and that's going to be it. No issue at all. There's not a lot you can do when you're a 2-on-4 like that.
Yeah, but they got the bomb down, like you said. That's the most important part. That's a little bit of extra money in their pockets for Kinguin. They finally get one step closer to keep themselves alive, to get through into the next game. But you have to really wonder, you know, little things like that. Ricky missing that one jump.
Yeah.
Was a little bit late on the peak on Fox, and Fox was able to get the kill. If he was there a couple seconds earlier, it might have been a different story. It might have been the B site completely open. You can see they've shied away from the A site. Like, yes, they've been able to get catwalk control, but taking the site was always a little bit more of a difficult matter with Dennis over towards Car and Michael playing so aggressive. And I think they have the A spawn, giving it over to James, looking for the kill.
Yeah, so obviously not the main sniper here, but because of the spawn, he actually does tag leg, Rain in the leg there, so not at all bad. Gonna end up falling back. Still a pretty good trade. Ricky.
He wants revenge.
AK, yeah, he wants to see if he can take out Fox, which is not easy. 1 round lead here for Kinguin currently, and a lot of action over at Long, it seems. Actually 3-on-1 over there with Rain playing very close to the smoke. Are they going to try and test him?
I think they're going to have a flashbang out, actually, to allow this, but Rain's going to tuck himself inside a pit, so don't really get too blind, and we'll have that safety of falling back. I think he has Dennis over towards Car as well to help out if he needs it. Maybe flash. Actually, doesn't even have a flash. It's Michael, sorry, who will have the flash to help out if they do pile out. And they're going for a 3-2 split over towards the A side. Again, they've been relatively unsuccessful as of late. With James leading the charge on catwalk with Rain now by himself in the pit, he's going to need some backup quick.
Now is the time they have to step it up, and there's a great headshot from Imagine, and Michael going down. Ustilo Dennis peeking out. He's going to get the 1 kill. They got to shot him down. He sprays. He misses. He gets the shot anyway, and now it's a 2v3. There was a big chance. Dennis going down. It's still alive. Ustilo nearly burning alive. What is he doing? He's in the fire. He just held it down inside the Molotov to get that plant through. That's some real dedication. And the 2-on-2 is still alive. He's peeking out long here. Fox going to pick up the AK, sprays furiously, and takes out Imagine. Ustilo, it's going to have to be pure headshots here. They've got no grenades. He pushes on in, spraying down Scream. How is he still alive right now? Ustilo out of bullets, and Scream will take him down. That was actually a very strange round. It's going to be match and map point for Kinguin. What a huge comeback. They've taken, what now, 6 rounds in a row, or 7 in a row, I think, to get here.
I mean, even though he was staying in the fire, it's not like that would have changed the round, really. He wasn't able to get the kill on the Scream. He could have played it maybe a little bit different, and his teammate wouldn't have pushed long necessarily since he got caught out, but you can't afford to make mistakes like that. I mean, that was a solid 40, 50 HP just disappearing from his health bar, leaving him down to just a sliver. But if he was able to pick up that kill on the Scream, it could have been a relatively easy 1v1, but they got the bomb down. They're showing some signs of improvement. They're changing things up, but Ricky's now back on the op, and this is everything they have into this potentially final round.
Steel gonna end up falling back. I'm still impressed he actually sat through the Molotov. I don't know what's in those boxes that he was so furious to blow them up.
Well, the thing is, it's not like he was hurting on time either. He had like 30 seconds left.
Maybe like the new Justin Bieber album.
Oh, God.
It's like,
or Taylor Swift album.
I will absolutely blow this up no matter what happens. It's going to be 29th round, currently a 2-round deficit for the Australian team that has actually shocked us in this match with how well they've been playing. But when it mattered the most, they seem to sort of run out of air a little bit. And this is a very, very common thing. Again, it's a question of experience. That's why they came here. That's what they said all along. They said, we want the experience. And this is, I mean, they're paying for it here, but they're certainly getting a lot out of this round. Flashes and Molotovs out, and One opening frag here for Kinguin might unleash a landslide that Immunity cannot stop. It's going to be Michael with the shot, but Imagine with a good return. Rain is there. Dennis so close, actually tags him through. He hears the bomb going down. He wants to get the angle. He gets both of them through the smoke, and Ricky's going to be left. Bomb is down. If he does this, it's going to be a highlight clip for the century here. Ricky trying to fall back in a 1v4. He gets the first shot on Fox, but they're already up there defusing the bomb. He can't stop them. Kinguin, they're going to take it 16-13 and knock Immunity out of the tournament.
That was still such a close game. I mean, Immunity, they didn't feel confident coming into that map, but they looked damn good on that CT side, even towards the beginning of the T side. But like you said, Rain, is he going to be the man to step up for his team when Michael A was really struggling? Him and Dennis did a phenomenal job. Even Scream had a couple of nice kills towards the end of that one, and they just scathed by a lot closer than they probably expected, but they get the win nonetheless.
I mean, if you look at it now, Immunity, they've got a lot of rounds that they can take back to the drawing board and think about, how exactly where did it go wrong and why did it go wrong. They will have learned so much from this. I'm very impressed, and not to just put all the focus on Ricky, but I desperately want to see more Ricky's play. That was amazing. A really, really, really good game from him.
Yeah, he showed up just like that at the Asian qualifiers as well, and he's a fantastic player, a phenomenal opper. I think, the entire of Immunity is generally a really good team, but just kind of young. Not in terms of how long they've been together, but in terms of the international exposure. They haven't really been able to play against the best of the best. And I think, like you said, coming to this one, getting all this experience under their belt was a great thing to have. And hopefully they take it back to Australia. Hopefully they take it back and really, look at what happened and come back stronger next time.
Well, that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go to a really quick break, and then we'll be back, obviously, with the NVIDIA Expert Desk. So stay with us, and we'll be back in a second.